Welcome to Advanced Algebra 1 of 3, 2 of 3. The purpose of this video is to give you an idea of what to expect with my Moodle website. I like to think of this as one of many tools that I'm going to provide for you, and it's probably going to be one of the most expansive, thorough tool that you could have for this class. Now, I have a lot of tools in my garage. Do I use every tool for every project? Absolutely not. But it's good to know that when I do have a particular project where I might need a particular tool, that it's available for me, and that I know how to use it. That's what this website is going to be for you. It's going to be a tool that some of you will use maybe more than others, but regardless, I want to make sure that you know how to use this tool when it's needed. So we're going to look around and look at some of the features that I have available to you. So hopefully after completing this video, you'll have a better understanding of what this website's all about. Okay, so let's look at some of these features. First off, if you look over here on the right side, you're going to see a thing called Main Page. By the way, if you're having trouble viewing all of this because your screen's too small, there is, remember, a button down in the bottom right-hand corner where you can click and get this full screen so you can get a better idea of what we're seeing here. But first off, we have this spot over here. If you click on any of these quick links, one of them is the main page, and here's where you have access to the syllabus. You have access to the online textbook, so if you're traveling somewhere and we're doing an assignment that requires you to use a textbook, you can access the online textbook from there. There's also a rental form for you to be able to check out a CAS calculator, so that way you'll be able to use that in class and be able to participate in all the activities that we may be doing as the year goes on. And there's some other just silly videos that I've thrown in there dealing with math. But here's kind of the key things. If you look underneath where it says first semester, you can click on any of the chapters that we'll be talking about in our first part of the semester or on the second part of the semester, including resources for the finals once we get to that point. So let's look at some of these resources. When you click on a particular chapter, it's going to be broken up like this, where in the first column you will see the notes. And if you click on that, you'll be able to access notes for that lesson, which is really handy if you're a student like I was, where you had a hard time keeping up with the class or trying to pay attention to what the teacher was saying and trying to write down notes at the same time. This way you can copy down the notes, or you can just follow along with what we're doing and just copy down the parts that are missing. So I have all the examples on there. I have all the story problems on there. You just have to follow along and actually do the work, but you don't have to get hung up on the details. And it keeps everything organized. So if you're also like I was, who was very unorganized, it'll help with that. Then all you have to do is have a binder. I have a 3-hole punch in my classroom. You can print them out from home, 3-hole punch them in my room, and keep them all nice and organized in that binder. I also have any assignments, any worksheets that we'll be doing, because a lot of what we'll be doing will be done from using materials that are not in the textbook. So for the majority of those assignments, if you lose them or can't find them or forget them in the classroom or you're on vacation and you want to be able to keep up with the class, you can click on those and be able to print them out and be able to stay on track. Similarly, I also have videos for every single lesson. Now, these are videos I've made, so you don't have to worry about it being an outside resource that might be different from the way that I've taught it. These are all videos that correlate with each lesson. I do my best to stay on top of those. Every once in a while, you might see one where maybe it's missing or I haven't made it yet. You can always email me and request it. Maybe I just forgot to link it up there. Or if you have any problems with anything from the website, please email me as opposed to waiting till later. So then that way, if I have my laptop with me, I can make the changes and get that done for you as soon as possible. Now let's say if you're watching a video, sometimes when you go to watch a video, the screen might be kind of grainy. Now I try to make sure I make these changes beforehand, but sometimes the website has a mind of its own or the video has a mind of its own and changes some of those settings. But if you look down at the bottom of the screen, there's a symbol that looks kind of like a sprocket. That changes the quality of the video. If you, for example, like looking at this one right now, let's maximize it here so you can get a better picture. It's real grainy, it's hard to see. You can get an idea of what it says, but it's not exactly the nicest thing to be looking at right now. Well, if I drag down here and click on change quality, I can change it to high definition quality, and now you can see it's much more crisp, and it'll be a lot easier for me to want to watch the video. Looking at some other things. If you're wanting to look at some extra stuff, I always have some math in the news. This is a RSS feed linked up to a different external website. So if you're ever just bored and you're looking at the website, I always have that on there, because I think it's always good to see how math is used in the real world outside of just silly story problems. But oftentimes there's some pretty interesting stuff there. Obviously, if you have other Moodle courses that you're currently enrolled in, you can access those from your courses there. But as far as navigating between chapters, like I said, this is the best place to go. It makes it real easy, so you don't have a huge screen to scroll down, because otherwise, if you click on that little button that I just clicked on, it'll have access where you can scroll up and down between all the different chapters. That's the way a lot of websites are currently set up as, but I think that's a real pain if we're at the end of the year to have to sit there and scroll to the bottom of the page to be able to have access to it. So that's why I created this quick links toolbar for you. So it'll make it a lot easier for you to be able to navigate between chapters. But as far as my website's concerned, those are the important tools to be aware of. I do want to show you one other thing as far as being able to access or what to do with missing work, or if you have a missing assignment that you're pretty confident that you turned in, maybe you didn't put your name on it. So let me show you where to access that. So here we are in the back of my room where I have this table. This is where you would put any missing or late work. First off, I have this bin. Please don't put it in this bin. This bin is for if you forgot to put your name on it. You can see I already have a stack of assignments there. So don't put it in this bin, because I only check this bin when I put missing assignments in it. So I have had students put missing work in here and not in the proper place, and it just takes me a lot longer to be able to get that put in their grades. So if you notice, we have a set of bins over here labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Those are the different class periods that I teach presently. So just put, if you're in second hour, you would just put your missing work in that particular bin, or you can put it in the folder. But before doing so, please fill out one of these forms. This form is going to have on it why you're turning it in late. So whether it's because you're using your extension, or because you were absent, or you took it from the no name bin, there's different places for you to check it out. And then also record what the actual assignment is, so I know what to record. But this is where you're going to be turning in your missing work. So on that note, I just want to say again, I'm happy that you're in this class, and I look forward to getting to know each of you, and I'm looking forward to having a great year. So that's the video, and let's conclude there.